Welcome to Urban Debate 360 on Magic Bricks Now. I'm Faye D'Souza. On 360, we have a power-packed lineup of news that affects you in your city. Let's take a look at the headlines. A mega Magic Bricks Now impact. The Maharashtra Public Works Department finally gets to work. It fixes some of the potholes on Mumbai's Western Express Highway. It's all not done yet, but still, some of the work has begun. But for the rest of the city, after 8 extensions, Mumbai civic body, the BMC, fails and this time nearly gives up, as the BMC chief says it's impossible to make Mumbai pothole-free this monsoon. Over 600 are dead in the flood-ravaged Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh states. Stranded citizens look to the government for help. No help comes their way. Well, after all of the battling we've done on this channel to get attention on the PWD department and the road that they're responsible for, which is the Western Express Highway, there's some relief. The Maharashtra Public Works Department, which is responsible for the Western and the Eastern Express highways in the city, have managed to fill most of the potholes on this arterial road. However, there are some patches still left in the rough. Ruchi Deshpande drove down the Western Express Highway today and sent us this report.
I drove down the stretch of Western Express Highway in Mumbai all the way from Bandra to Kandivali to check if the Maharashtra government had met its self-imposed deadline of filling all the potholes on this highway by the 25th of August, that was just yesterday. Now, while we did not come across any big potholes on the entire stretch of Western Express Highway, the road in most places was uneven, and that was what led to slowing down of most vehicles. And we did, however, find one or two small potholes in certain patches of the Western Express Highway. So let me just take you through what exactly I found on this highway. Well, to begin with, in the area of Santa Cruz, which is near the airport, we found that all the potholes on this stretch were filled by the Maharashtra Public Works Department. Then moving on to the airport road, the scenario was similar, where you could make out the potholes that were filled, so the vehicles did not have any real trouble navigating through the road. However, the story was different as we moved across to Andheri, where the road was pretty uneven and had a few patches of potholes. This got worse when we moved further ahead to mid-Andheri, where there was a huge patch of potholes that were not filled and had accumulated water on one of the major roads of the city. Now, moving on, we came to the RA flyover, which was ahead of Andheri, which is pretty smooth. There were no potholes filled or otherwise. However, while coming back, the same road, which is under the flyover, which is also near the RA colony, saw a bunch of potholes which the vehicles had the most trouble navigating, and the road was smooth going ahead. Remember that the Maharashtra government has told Magic Bricks Now exclusively that they will begin re-leveling of the Western Express Highway only after the monsoons in the city get over. They have given us a date of November 2016 when they will start this work, and the end of this year, that is December 2016, is when they plan to get the entire Western Express Highway re-leveled.
But for the rest of Mumbai, the BMC has nearly given up. It says there's no permanent solution to the pothole menace. It's missed its 8th self-imposed deadline. And the extension before the Ganapati festival, which is going to miss again. This will be the 9th time the BMC is extending its deadline. And to make matters worse, the BMC chief has actually turned around and said it's impossible to make Mumbai pothole-free. Disha Shah has this report.
Mumbai civic body BMC has missed its 8th deadline once again of, repairing and filling potholes across the city of Mumbai. Remember how the civic body had, asked for an extension last week, and they had promised to the citizens of Mumbai that they will repair and fill all the potholes by 26th of August. But that clearly doesn't seem to be the case anymore, because as per the latest statistics, what BMC claims is that 200 potholes are yet to be repaired in the city of Mumbai. In fact, they also tell us that on 26th and 27th of August, if there is a dry spell in the city, then they could there's a possibility that they could finish all the filling and repairing of the pothole work across the city. But there are certain challenges that they tell us on ground that the civic body face, and why basically the civic body keeps on extending the deadline after deadline. They tell us that the first and foremost reason is lack of manpower. They tell us that after the BMC Commissioner Ajoy Mehta had ordered that all the workers will have to work double shift, post that almost 50% of the workers refused to work. They did not come to do any sort of repair work and to fill the potholes. So that is why BMC is going to ask for an extension, and to give a solution to this, they are going to incentivize the workers, is what BMC officials told Magic Bricks Now. In fact, another thing that BMC officials told us is that basically all the potholes that they have repaired till now, if there's a heavy monsoon, then those potholes reappear and come up once again. So that's the biggest challenge that they are facing. And they also tell us that they are working on a new technology right now, but that technology will be implemented only next monsoon and not this monsoon. Lastly, civic officials tell us that there's one last deadline that they are aiming to implement, is that they will repair all the potholes and fill all the potholes before Ganpati, which is September 5th this year. This is Disha Shah reporting for Magic Bricks Now.
How many more lives will need to be lost before the government wakes up?
It's the administration at the fault. It is the administration, those
You
who
mean the
have
bureaucrats,
to take
the IAS officers?
Absolutely.
People are dying.
They've been elected for a 5-year term. If they are still saying that, look, the previous government is responsible, then I think they don't understand the concept of democracy. How much more time do they want?
Now, it is the job of the current government to catch hold of the governing authority and get the work done.
The one person, the buck stops at Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. This is his responsibility. He has to come forward. Will you communicate this to Mr. Devendra Fadnavis?
You can send in any of your colleague along with me tomorrow itself, and I'll positively see to it that the Honorable CM himself will give you an interview on the same issue.
Are you watching The Urban Debate? Only on Magic Bricks Now.
A third of India is flooded. Floods this monsoon have left over 600 people in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh dead. Parts of Assam, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan are also inundated. It's been over 2 weeks since the floods began, and it's affected over 31 lakh people. What's surprising is that despite such massive disasters, the floods in India have failed to make headlines. The centre seems to be maintaining a stoic, calibrated silence. Apart from the occasional tweets and the aerial survey, there hasn't been much. Here's a report of what's happening on the ground.
Stranded and left to fend for themselves. Major parts of Bihar inundated, barely able to cope up with nature's wrath. So far, over 37 deaths have been reported in the past few weeks, and as per latest reports, 1,115 villages are affected, with 23 lakh people fearing the worst. While these people still wait for rescue operations to reach them, what came their way was a cruel joke from a leader who they voted to power.
सब जगह गंगा जी आई, नुकसान भी है और फायदा भी है.
The flood has exposed how the government machinery has completely failed. The situation only gets worse in neighbouring Uttar Pradesh. This monsoon, over 53 deaths have been reported from Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav's state.
हमारे लोग का घर डूब गया, ठीक. हम लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं महेश भट्टाचार्य स्कूल में. व्यवस्था भी खाने की ठीक से नहीं है. बच्चे सब भूखे मर जाते हैं। खाना पीना 25 पैकेट आ रहा, 70-80 जने के बीच में 25 पैकेट आ रहा है, लड़कन भरे के बांट देते गए।
बूढ़ा में हम पीछे बूढ़ी रहा है, हमारा के घर में इतना पानी हो गया, चलिए हमारा का घर बूढ़ा था एकदम से बीच धारा में है।
यहाँ कुछ ये लोग रहते हैं इस पार, यहाँ कोई व्यवस्था होना है, नाव केवल हम 2-3 दिन लगा के सब उतरवाए, सरकारी 2 नाव आई हैं और स्कूल में व्यवस्था है, फिर भी वहाँ कोई इनका लोग का सुचारू रूप से व्यवस्था है, अधिकारी अभी तक तो कोई नहीं आया यहाँ गाँव में।
Hell hath no fury. Even the Prime Minister's constituency Varanasi not spared. The mighty Ganga is in spate in Varanasi. At the city's famous Assi Ghat, water had climbed by as much as 80 feet this Janmashtami. People are now looking up to the government to rescue them from this massive disaster. While both Chief Minister Nitish Kumar was seen conducting an aerial survey in Madhya Pradesh, Chief Minister Shivraj Chauhan has been criticized by unorthodox approach to conduct an inspection in his flood-affected state.
बाढ़ पीड़ित लोगों को मदद करने आए, क्योंकि कोई और कर ही नहीं रहा, सरकार आ ही नहीं रही यहाँ।
हम लोग यहाँ पर आए क्योंकि बाढ़ का पानी मुसलसल बढ़ता जा रहा है और यहाँ पास कोई भी गवर्नमेंट के ऑफिशियल्स आ नहीं रहे हैं, तो हम लोग यहाँ पर दवा और जो भी ज़रूरी सामान है खाने पीने का जैसे और पानी, तो हम लोग यहाँ लोगों को मुहैया कराने आए क्योंकि वो सब मुसीबत में यहाँ कैंप में हैं।
जो बच्चे हैं यहाँ पे बाढ़ में उनकी मदद करने आए हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हम लोग देख रहे हैं कोई भी जो है गवर्नमेंट का अधिकारी कोई भी नहीं आ रहा है।
प्रशासन के द्वारा कोई मदद नहीं की जा रही है। यहाँ पर 12-12 फीट पानी घुसे हुए हैं घरों में, लोग जो घर हैं वो अपनी छतों पर शरण लिए हुए हैं और यहाँ खाने से, दवा से और किसी भी तरह की कोई मदद यहाँ नहीं पहुँच रही है।
The only heroes of this gigantic crisis are the unsung heroes from National Disaster Response Force. As many as 21 NDRF teams have been pressed to service in Bihar, while 19 NDRF sorties are working round the clock in flood-ravaged Uttar Pradesh. While stranded citizens look up to the government, experts say these floods are not some unpredictable act of God, but a man-made disaster that was waiting to happen. Bureau Report, Magic Bricks Now.
3 days ago, the Chief Minister of Bihar met with the Prime Minister and asked for help. Somehow still we find ourselves in a situation here where the National Disaster Management Authority has not kicked in. Is it not a big enough problem for the NDMA? Does it have to be worse before the NDMA is sent in?
Actually, the role of the National Disaster Management Authority comes in primarily in terms of ensuring that the response of all the central government agencies and the state governments are coordinated enough. In fact, the response to the floods happening at the states in multiple districts is essentially a responsibility of the state governments in our federal structure.
सरकार को प्रिकॉशन लेना चाहिए पहले से ही कि नेचुरल बातें। अब देखिए इन लोगों के घर बिल्कुल बह चुके हैं, बच्चे जो स्कूल जाते हैं उनका स्कूल बंद है, लोग अगर किसी को कोई परेशानी हो जाए, कुछ हॉस्पिटल जाना हो तो वहाँ कोई भी ऐसे साधन नहीं है जो कि लोग उसे यूज़ कर सकें और खाने पीने की भी सुविधाएं नहीं है। और अभी इसके बाद देखो ना कोई मेडिकल उनके लिए है, ना कुछ यातायात के साधन है जिससे और उनका घर बार सब कुछ डूब चुका है, लोग इतने परेशान हैं, तो वो कैसे मतलब सर्वाइव करेंगे आगे के लिए भी।
Press release given out by Amit Shah of the BJP. He mentioned his deep concern. He has asked MLAs, MPs and party workers of the BJP to go out and help because of this national disaster. But he has not moved the central government has not moved the National Disaster Management Authority. There is no help coming from the central government.
Now, first of all, we should not say anything which demoralizes NDRF team or SDRF team. They are doing very well. They are trying their best. Even Indian Air Force, Army and Navy, they are trying to do best what they can do for the flood hit areas. Number one. Number two, just now you mentioned about National President of Bharatiya Janata Party mentioning and telling and requesting Bharatiya Janata Party karyakartas to come to go out and help all those who are flood victims. So it is a very good gesture what he has asked for, and we should not politicize this thing.
आपको सबसे पहले एक चीज समझने की जरूरत है कि ये जो इस बार फर्स्ट टाइम जो बाढ़ आया है, फ्लड आया है, दिस इज आफ्टर लॉन्ग टाइम, आफ्टर 1975 दिस टाइप ऑफ फ्लड इज कमिंग टू बिहार. इट्स नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ मॉनसून और यहाँ की बारिश की वजह से नहीं आया है। ये है बाण सागर, मध्य प्रदेश में जो बाण सागर है वहाँ से अचानक बिना नोटिस के 12-13 लाख क्यूसेक पानी को जो छोड़ा गया, उसकी वजह से हमारे बिहार की ये स्थिति हो गई। तो हमारी जो सरकार है या हम लोग जो हैं वो उस हिसाब से हम लोग काम करते हैं, जो हैबिचुएटेड हैं या जिस तरह से हर साल बाढ़ आती है हम लोग उसी हिसाब से तैयारी कर रखते हैं।
The drought happening in about 300 districts of the country, and right now there are floods happening in about 126 districts in the country, which is roughly about 1/5 of the country affected by the floods. So these situations are natural situations which are emerging, and to a very large extent the large number of embankments which have been constructed over the years in the past several decades have also become part of the problem, because many people actually cut the embankments to let the water flow.
10 lakh people affected, 2 lakh evacuated, scores dead. In any other country of the world, particularly any other democracy where there's a free press, would this not make screaming headlines? And day after day. And remember, this is like an annual gift we get every year in these states. Floods come, we are helpless, we're not prepared. We have authorities, disaster management, flood control, desiltification. I don't know what happens.
While there is a responsibility here for the press,
a little bit you've got to hunt for.
I have with me on the phone line Vijay Sinha, Commandant of the NDRF, who is currently in Bihar. Please give us an update of the work that's happening on the ground by the NDRF.
We have a presence in service our 22 teams, and each team is consisting approx 40 to 45 personnel approx. That means we are working with a 900 to 1000 NDRF personnel in all over state. And everywhere we are providing all type of helps to the people. That is the evacuation to the man, and even though we are animal management is being carried out by us, we are providing medical help to them, we are providing veterinary help to them. The state government machinery is also giving all the help whatever is needed to us, and accordingly we are providing whatever help is required to the people, we are providing that on ground.
Let's take a look right now at all of the other civic news that's happening across the country as rain continues to wreck Kolkata and Chennai's metro gets an extension.
Malaria and suspected dengue and leptospirosis cases are rising across the city. According to BMC reports, malaria cases have risen from 100 to 290 in August itself, while suspected dengue cases jumped from 154 to 321 in just 1 week. A BMC official said that majority of the dengue cases were reported from Ramabai Nagar, Barve Nagar, Kannamwar Nagar, Worli BDD Chaul and Mulund Colony, among others. The BMC attributes the rise in number of mosquitoes in the city to the heavy downpour in the first week of August. Incessant rains has wreaked havoc in Kolkata by breaking down roads and damaging green cover. The Belia Ghata Main Road, Strand Road, Kamak Street, Ashutosh Mukherjee Road, Shama Prasad Mukherjee Road, among others, will undergo repair work by the Kolkata Municipal Corporation. KMC Roads engineers are currently preparing a list of badly broken roads to bring them under a complete road repair package, which is expected to cost approximately 4 crore rupees. Work on the 9-kilometer metro rail extension project in North Chennai has begun and is estimated to cost rupees 3,770 crores. The stretch will have 8 stations, including 6 on an elevated level. We learned that the Chennai Metro Rail Limited could float the tenders by year-end and complete the project by March 2018. In Hyderabad, from mid-September onwards, the Hyderabad Metropolitan Water Supply and Sewerage Board has taken a decision to cut water supply to all domestic consumers who have not paid their water bills over the past 3 months. We learned that this drive against defaulters will continue in the long run as well. The board will take stern action against meter readers and outsourcing agencies also if their performance is found to be below expectations.